All-out battle. Ukrainian 93rd Brigade destroyed Russian T-80BV tanks in Javelin missile strike. A Russian troop was forced to run away on foot after the tank he was in was struck by a Ukrainian missile in the latest humiliating loss for Vladimir Putin, captured on camera. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry released footage of a surprise attack on a moving Russian tank, which forced the terrified Russian troop inside to abandon the vehicle and flee on foot. The entire attack was caught on camera, which shows the deadly Ukrainian 93rd Mechanized Brigade destroying a Russian T-80BV. It is thought that the Ukrainian forces may have used the U.S.-supplied anti-tank missile, the FGM-148 Javelin, in the attack, which took place in the east of Ukraine. The footage, captured by a drone, shows the moment the missile strikes the moving tank, which causes fire and smoke to billow from the vehicle. A close-up of the tank shows a troop jumping out and abandoning the tank before running away on foot. It is unclear what happened to the troop after the ambush strike. In a tweet, the Defense Ministry tweeted, "Mad Max, Ukraine's Fury Road." There is no escape from Ukrainian 93rd Mechanized Brigade. One viewer remarked on how the attack exposed Russia's flawed tactics and diminishing supplies of troops. Why do we constantly see one tank out in the open by itself? Are they just getting lost and separated from the rest of their guys, or what? Plus, there only seemed to be one dude in the tank unless he ditched someone else. This comes as U.S. intelligence officials estimate that 500 Russian troops are killed or wounded every day. American intelligence and military officials claim the arrival of new weapons from the UK and US have allowed Ukrainian troops to take back some territory. British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said on Thursday that President Putin is unlikely to succeed in occupying Ukraine. Mr. Wallace said that Russia's invasion of Ukraine had faltered and was starting to fail. Also today, a Pentagon official praised Ukrainian troops in their fight against Russia, saying that they have done things we might not have thought were possible. The unnamed Department of Defense official said the morale of Vladimir Putin's troops as well as their ability to sustain themselves had been hit hard. The latest intelligence briefing from the British Ministry of Defence on Saturday revealed that Russia has been desperately trying to repair the rail and road bridges near Kherson as it seeks to defend the occupied region. The MOD claims the routes will remain a key vulnerability for Russia since the resupply lines are now reliant on just 2 pontoon ferry crossing points. Meanwhile, T-64 tanks have seen use on both sides during Russia's invasion of Ukraine. These tanks have a history going back to the first decades of the Cold War. For their part, the Ukrainian armed forces have come to rely on their own, domestically developed variants of the T-64, and these tanks have also seen frontline service in the war. In its default configuration, the T-64's main weapon is a 125mm gun. This is fed by an autoloader that allows the tank to fire 5 to 8 rounds per minute. It is additionally armed with a 7.62mm PKT machine gun and one 12.7mm DSHKI machine gun. The tank is propelled by a 5-cylinder, 700 to 750 horsepower diesel engine that gives the T-64 a maximum speed of more than 40 miles per hour. Development of the T-64 began in 1955, and the tank first entered serial production in 1963. The T-64 is closely related to the T-72, which was designed to be its successor. Elements of the T-64's design were incorporated into the T-72 as well as the T-90. The T-64 was produced until 1981 and deployed to some of the highest priority sectors on the frontier of the Iron Curtain. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine was left with a variety of legacy tanks, including T-64s. Instead of acquiring new tanks from Russia, Ukraine embarked on a modernization program of its existing tanks to extend their service life. In 2005, the T-64BV bullet first entered service. It featured upgrades to its optics and was enhanced with Ukraine's domestically produced NAS explosive reactive armor, as well as a new fire control system. In part because of the armor, the tank was too heavy for the bullet's engine to handle during combat situations in the Donbass. The bullet was put in reserve in 2017 in order to focus on the T-64BV, which first entered service that same year. Initial modernizations of the T-64BV included many of the bullet's upgrades, including the NAS explosive reactive armor system. It added some improvements of its own, such as tweaks to the engine for enhanced performance and longevity. Ukrainian engineers did not leave the bullet behind for too long, however. In 2020, the Kharkiv armored plant received an order to modernize old T-62s to the bullet standard, which likely included upgrades to the tank's engines. According to Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, T-64BVs were being modernized by the Kharkiv armored plant right up until Russia's invasion.